Like when deciding on which university to go to, I was like pretty much like, I'll go to Waterloo, but I didn't know which program to be in, software engineering or computer science. Well, I was studying for computer science, but one of my best friends, who was also a very smart guy, convinced me to take software engineering with him so we can be classmates. And I guess somehow I'm here. But like,
did you just say settling for computer science?
I was going to be happy.
Because like computer science,
I was going to be happy.
And science, software engineering, even though they overlap in many parts, they both have their ups and downs.
I mean, I was extremely happy. Like, I was not settling. I was happy to go into computer science. But he said, yo, just come with me. I went to software engineering. And like, I mean, going to that class, that's when my eyes really opened. Like,
really?
Yeah, like, I mean, first year, like, there was like, maybe like 25% of the class who couldn't code yet. But now, like, I've seen them grow into amazing programmers, like, better than me. Like basically everyone was like super smart. They absorbed information so fast. And that just like pushed me to like, try even harder.
It's actually pretty shocking, like how much some like of your fellow students can grow. And it kind of hurts sometimes.
That's really. Let's talk a bit more about like the software engineering versus computer science thing, because like that's a big misconception.
True.
A lot of first years have at Waterloo, right?
Yeah, I agree.
It's like because the entrance average for software engineering is like insanely high now.
It's like 98, like 97.
Yeah, and like
freaking inflation.
Yeah, there's like a stigma that like makes software engineers like think they're a bit higher than computer science. Would you say that's true, Pham?
So I'd say that like maybe like in today's days, like that mentality might hold true, but like at least in my like I guess throughout the years, like it has always been a little bit tougher to get into software engineering than computer science. It's always been a little bit more exclusive, like them having a 150 student limit, and then we get the professional engineering rank, and then like people just make it sound like a lot harder. So in that sense, what does make it hard is the fact that we have to take courses like controls and feedback, like chemistry, like basically things that you might not be interested in as a like someone who must become a programmer or an engineer. Like you might not necessarily be interested in these things if you say like you want to get a job at Facebook or Google. Like they're not going to expect you to exactly understand control system if you're working on something like web development. So in terms of like opportunities, computer scientists and software engineers are basically open to the same amount of internship options and everything.
Yeah.
But it's basically a very Waterloo specific thing where there's like some kind of entitlement where software engineering students think that they're superior to computer science kids in some way.
So there's also like a trade-off in terms of class. I know engineers, they have more classes and labs, but CS kids, they have more take-home assignments. So they end up spending less time in class, but more time outside of class working on these like assignments. Like some of these assignments are like 10, 15 hours long. But like with like a lab, it's like 3 hours you do an experiment or something like that, and then you write like a little write-up after. So it's just the education system is different for the two. But at the end of the day, like would you say they're both like kind of leading down the same route?
Yeah, I've seen like a lot of my fellow software engineering classmates like switch into computer science.
True, yeah. And like software engineering actually came from computer science. It used to be just computer science, and then there was like a special option for like software engineering, and then it got big enough that it just separated into its own program. But yeah, I'd say like the main difference between software engineering and computer science is like computer science you kind of have more flexibility with your courses. Like I would say like software engineering you're pretty much stuck with a specific course set, like maybe 1 or 2 options most.
There weren't many electives. There were a lot less electives that we were able to choose from.
Right.
And that goes for all engineers.
And because of that, with computer science, it's actually easier to get a minor in something else, like econ or finance or combinatorics is a popular one. Or some people do like maybe something in business too. Business minors. So a lot more variety in computer science, a lot more flexibility.
But no, definitely like in terms of like picking your path though and exploring, like CS has the flexibility. That's its advantage. So if you do like think that SE has more like almost elitism or like publicity, the trade-off for like that would be you don't have the flexibility of CS. So yeah, I think that's one of the major points of deciding between the two.
Yeah. And it's also important to know that this is like Waterloo specific.
Yes.
We're not too sure like how other universities in Canada or in the States like work. It just this is like from like the perspective of
Yeah, honestly, like from most of my conversations with people in America actually, they'd be like, wait, isn't computer science degree and the software engineering degree the same thing? Like, I mentioned that I have a software engineering degree and my friend has a computer science degree. Like, yeah.
I think we missed a really important part between this two. Like, I think it's about classmates.
Oh yeah, that's
Computer
another.
science.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. I think SE you stick with the same
Cohort.
group, the same
And then
cohort.
I think that
but-
really helped me, because like it's hard for
Yeah.
me to make friends, but like first year, since you're taking like a bunch of courses together, you're working on like the same assignments with everyone, and everyone has the same schedule.
Yeah.
So like that's how you like kind of start like helping each other, making new friends. So like,
In CS, I think it's more like you're more intertwined depending on which electives you take.
Yeah,
So
but
you
like
meet
yeah,
more
because
people.
you definitely have the opportunity to meet more people, especially because of the flexibility. Like depending on what you pick, you kind of meet like those new people in those different areas, and because everyone has different options, it's like very rare that you kind of meet the same people all the time. But yeah, because of that, like you wouldn't be able to fully bond like you can in SC. So a lot of people end up just kind of lone wolfing it throughout their, I guess, academic career, which can be like pretty like bad for people, depending on like how you are. So like if you don't really care about relationship stuff, like you just want to focus on school and invest in yourself, then yeah, it's perfect. CS like works for you. But if you do kind of want that, I guess, environment and
family kind of
social, yeah. Then it'd be a lot harder to grab it. Like it's not that it doesn't exist. It's just
it's harder.
You have to look for it really a lot more in CS.
How about like what do you like Kevin specific now, like because you're in different program at ECE, like how do you feel like it compares to both like software, because like, basically you're getting the same jobs as like software engineering is getting and as computer science is getting, so like how do you see it as differentiating like other than classes
in terms of like the career path?
yeah
So ECE is actually split up into two segments. There is the electrical part and the computer part. So it gives you the opportunity to pursue a more hardware path like electronics, robotics,
like exposure
circuits, but it also allows you to go down a more software-driven path, so like embedded or front and back end applications, full stack. It's a lot of variety, a lot of flexibility, but it is also a lot of coursework and class. I think it's very similar to SE in the sense that a lot of times you're just jam-packed in the schedule, doing labs and coursework, but the assignments aren't as tough as CS. They're not as long. Yeah, it's kind of like a nice middle ground between the two. And the class sizes are huge too, so you get to meet a lot of really cool people. I liked it.
that's really cool. Like I think if you guys are considering coming to Waterloo for either program or have any questions, leave a comment below.
No, subscribe. Hit subscribe now.
It's actually down here, but
Smash that like button.
DM my Twitter.
yeah, I'll leave everyone's social media down, so if you guys want to, you guys to tweet them. But also, like, if you guys know anyone there and if they have like any insights, and like it's good to ask like their perspectives as well, because it's only us 5 here, and they might be like varying perspectives. It's a big university with a lot of students. So yeah, just keep that in mind.